So I just love music. The first video will be comparison with Ableton. There is similarities, the main section, the sequencer, click to create, click to view, and groups also. Automation groups is an advantage in Ableton, but it's closer than we thought. So with Cubase, simple visual overview is kind of between both. Type of DAW, we'll finish on this for this video. FL Live Reason to make music, Repair for mastering. In the rest of the series, we'll do more of why using Reason. Basically, we need a MIDI keyboard to play with it, to record. It's really made with that. With the MIDI keyboard, get idea quickly, and it gives inspiration. So again, if it's been a while, to open Reason and have fun, same way you do with Live or another DAW, it's a good way. After that, in the future, we'll do over the file edit create option, Windows menu guide, the sequencer, the tag, the mixer. Tags very powerful. I don't really use the browser, but device, flip rack. And after that, each the Reason device, there's like 85 Reason device, so maybe not each of them, but we'll see. The players, recycle, taking note, labeling, exporting, and the summary. There is more option that we think to export in batch, in stems, and for labeling and taking notes. So the main DAW section, I think the best it's opening Reason and Live side by side. So here is Reason, here is Live. As you can see, they are pretty similar. They look like there's a mirror between them. To be a little bit more fair for Reason, if we show transport, it's kind of the play, stop, BPM, tempo, same thing as here, play, stop. So let's say like this. The main section, you have your device sound here. On Reason, it's here. I think it's an advantage. You can screenshot every of your plugin and they appear on the device section. For the Live, you can also browse your sound here in Reason. It's in a browser like this. I don't really use the browser, but it's a great one if you use it. So yeah, side by side, they are pretty similar. You also have the mixer on Reason will appear at the top here. And on Live, it's a little bit the opposite, again, at the bottom here for the mixer. You can have a full view of your mixer on Reason by clicking 2-click, and on Live you click 1-click here. So there's kind of one more click to see the mixer in full view in Reason than in Ableton. Another main section is the effect rack. So you click on the bottom again. On Live it's at the bottom. On Reason it's in the middle, basically. It will appear. Or if you double click on your track, it will open the associated plugin. You need to click on this little arrow here, the little wrench, sorry, to make it appear. You can close the rack or close the plugin, then close the rack on Ableton. So this is for the main section. Sequencer, click to create, click to view. It's a little bit the same. On Live, you double click and the track will appear, the option, so as the section that you create. Same thing on Reason, you double click to create, double click to access, and you have the piano roll. You can zoom with the piano roll on Live. On Reason, this is the only one zoom, and I think the other piano roll that will look a little bit more like Ableton will be the vocal one on the kind of Melodyne section option that we have in Reason. There's a little bit more option here when we scroll for a MIDI track. There's also a groove mixer, but it's really made if you're using a MIDI keyboard for Reason, so you have a lot of options as you play also too. So this is the click to create, click to view, to delete, basically same thing. You overview and you press delete to delete. So next step is the group. It's much closer, I think, that people think. It's a little bit more complicated in Reason. There is group, but one of the big advantages of Live is you can group your track with Control G. On Reason, people say it's only in the mixer, so indeed you need to go in the mixer, select your track, and route to a new bus. Same Control G. Let's call it Group 1 for the sake of it. And on Reason, if you go in the sequencer, when you group a track, it's not there. There is no group track like here. There is a group track created, which allows to close and move quickly a group of track. So on Reason, if you want to close all your track, you need to hold the option key. But to group, so when it's grouped like this, you need to click on the sequencer button. So now the group track will appear basically. You have your group. And if you select all of them, let's say I move the layout different. Let's say you move on the mixer, you want to have the same in your track, like in Ableton, you sort, select, and group, and you will see the track will appear. You can also select all devices in group, and you can move them as a group in your big layout of track, like in Ableton. But you need to right click, let's say. You need to right click, and in these use this little menu here. So it's faster in Ableton, but there is group in Reason for tracks and mixer and moving them. Yeah. Comparison with Cubase. It's a little bit between both. As you can see, there's the mixer. You can switch to your rack or other control. The faders are really smooth in Cubase. It's not the same in Live or Reason, so I will maybe use more mouse and keyboard if the smoother or smooth. You double click to access a little bit the same, the section on Cubase, and the plugin is a little bit more like Pro Tools, Logic, or for the plugin rack.